Good afternoon. Welcome to our Municipal Council meeting for Tuesday, October the 1st, 2019. I'd like to call this meeting to order at this time and ask if there's any declarations of interest. Seeing none, we will move to presentations, and I do not have any presentations at this time. Is that correct, Mr. Clerk?
Correct, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And item D is deputations, and I believe we are without deputations today.
Also correct, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. We'll move to item E, and that's committee recommendations. And the first one is to adopt the committee of the whole recommendations from the meeting held on September 17th, 2019. Councillor Crothers, Councillor Crone, any questions? All those in favor? And that's carried. Item, Mr. Clerk?
Madam Mayor, we do have one recommendation from Committee of the Whole earlier today. If you wish, I'll put it up on the screen for you.
Thank you.
So with regards to Development Services Report 2019-44, updates on local planning appeal tribunal, appeals of comprehensive zoning bylaw 2018, asking the Lakes Conservation Authority to formally withdraw their appeal.
Councillor Roy DeClemente?
I'd like a recorded vote, please. I'm happy to move it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And do I have a seconder? Councillor Morton, and we've been asked for a recorded.
Through Madam Mayor, Councillor Rodi Clemente is requesting a recorded vote on the recommendation from earlier today at CWC. Councillor Rodi Clemente, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councillor Crothers, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councillor Crone, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councillor Foster, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Haxon, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Councillor Morton, how do you vote? And Councillor Persicini is absent. Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Item F, adoption of our minutes from our September 17th meeting. That's pages 8 to 17. Moved by Councillor Foster, seconded by Councillor Morton. Are there questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. Number 2 is the adoption of the council minutes from the special council meeting held on September 17th. That's pages 18 to 21. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Roy DeClemente, Councillor Crone. Any questions? Not seeing any. All those in favor? And that's carried. Item number 3 is the adoption of the council minutes from the meeting held on September 17th, pages 22 to 31. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Morton, Councillor Foster. All those in favor? And that's carried. We're at item G, and that's correspondence for consideration. The first one that we have is correspondence from Parks and Recreation Ontario, dated August 15th, 2019, regarding the impact of Bill 108, More Homes, More Choice Act 2019 on municipal parks and recreation. This is pages 32 to 39. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Roy DeClemente, Councillor Crothers. Are there questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, and that's carried. Item number 2 is a request from correspondence from V. Moult, President of Mount Albert and District Lions Club, dated September 14th, 2019, regarding a proposed fundraising initiative for the Mount Albert Park. We all know that they're working very hard to support this initiative on behalf of the community, and here are the Lions with another new idea to see if they can raise some funds. So this is page 40. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Councillor Crone, Councillor Morton. Are there any questions on this this item at all? Not seeing any items. I have spoken to our general manager, Karmazin. I have seen this at the Confederation Bridge, actually, in PEI, when you come the mainland to the island, and it's really quite effective. They've chosen different colors of bricks as well, and I was surprised at the variety. It really looked quite attractive in the park. So see if we can explore it a little further and see if it might be something that will work for us. Seeing no questions, all those in favor, and that's carried. Number 3 is correspondence from S. Hamilton, Secretary of the Union Street Women's Institute, dated September 12, 2019, requesting council to recognize and declare October 15th, 2019 as the International Day of Rural Women. And that is page 41. Councillor Roy DiClemente.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I know that we are still awaiting that policy from staff on the declaration, so I wonder if we might simply receive, we would strike the second clause out about the declaration, and that we recognize the significant contributions of the Union Street Women's Institute over almost 80 years of service to our community, and that we direct staff to recognize recognize it, not declare it, that we recognize the International Day of Rural Women through town meetings, and sent a similar wording to the clerk so that we're acknowledging it, because that's, I mean, almost 80 years of work for our community is tremendous.
I kind of think we should be declaring it, quite frankly. I think you're right, 80 years is a lot, and I realize we don't have our policy in place yet. But as we wait, we miss some of these, I'm going to say golden opportunities to recognize some of these organizations. And Women's Institute has certainly been a pivotal part of our rural fabric here in East Gwillimbury for a long time. So I have a mover and a seconder. Do you wish to speak?
I just wanted to mention, Madam Mayor, that a lot of the ladies that are on this group, especially in North Union, are well into their 90s now, and they may not, some of them unfortunately may not be around when the declarations are voted on and approved and everything else. I mean, I'd like to see them for a good number of years yet, but the ages speak for themselves. So yes, I'd be pleased to move this, and as we go.
I think Councillor Carruthers, please.
I think that recognition is certainly in order. The difference between recognition and declaration should be outlined in a policy. For years and years, as council has said that we don't do declarations because we don't have a policy. I don't think we should just cast that to the wind now, because then it opens us up to, so that why don't we do it for X, Y, and Z? And also between now and when we have a policy, we may get other requests. So if our position has been for years that we are trying to follow a policy, and up to now that policy has been no declarations and we are changing it, I think we wait for the change. I don't think there's a huge difference between recognition and declaration, and I would be supporting that we just recognize rather than declare at this time.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? So right now, I have moved by Councillor Roy DiClemente and seconded by Councillor Morton that we recognize. Correct? All those in favor? And that's carried. Number 4, correspondence from A. Secconi, Kara Pickfield, Environmental, Municipal, and Planning Law, dated September 12th, regarding zoning bylaw matters related to the property located at 3824 Holborn Road in East Gwillimbury. That's pages 42 to 44 on our agenda. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Brothers, Councillor Foster. Other questions? Not seeing any questions. All those in favor? And that's carried. That seems to be all that I have for correspondence at this time, Mr. Clerk. Is that correct?
Correct, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We're down to reports. There are no reports at this time. We're at resolutions, and we have none at this time as well. And we're at J, and we have bylaws with no bylaws at this time. We have other business. Any other business at this time? Councillor Crone.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just wondering, based on our previous discussion about having a policy for declarations and let's get on with it. You know, do we need to direct staff? Is this something that's being worked on right now? I'd hate to keep having this conversation. Let's do something about it.
Mr. Clerk?
Through you, Madam Mayor, to Councillor Crone. So certainly, we have that direction previously. I believe when we had York Region Pride here, that direction was provided to staff. Staff have just presented me with myself and with Laura Hanna, Communications Director, the background studies of other municipalities and their research, and we'll be bringing a report forward either early November or later in
Thank you. I wasn't trying to be critical. I just want to make sure we took a hold of this opportunity. So I am glad to hear that it's being worked on. Thank you.
Anything else under other business? Seeing none, move to confirming bylaw. Moved by Councillor Morton, seconded by Councillor Crone. Any questions? All those in favor? And that's carried. And I have an adjournment at 3:11 by Councillor Roy Clemente, seconded by Councillor Crothers. All those in favor? And that's carried. Thank you, staff.